Well, good day, everybody. This is Joe. Well, I'm in northern New Mexico. We're staying at a little riverside lodge cabin at the ski resort of Sipapu, which is near Peñasco, somewhere between Peñasco and Mora in northern New Mexico. And there's a little creek, a little stream running by the cabin. This is a beautiful little small wooden structure with a screened-in back porch. Got my typewriter. We got provisions for a couple of days, and I hope to have a relaxing but creative time here. So we were up here about 2 years ago for my stepdaughter's wedding, and it was, of course, a big event with hundreds of people. And the nearest provisions, if you forget something and need to go to the store, the nearest store is a Dollar General store about 11 miles away in Peñasco. And I remember 2 years ago on that trip, we probably made 5 round trips to that store because people kept discovering that they had forgot something and they need something. But hopefully this trip we have brought everything we needed. We don't have to make another trip back to the nearest provisions. Hopefully we brought everything with us. We just finished lunch. The porch is a nice place to do some creating and typing and thinking in the daytime hours when it's warm out here. I have a little typing setup here. They have this little 2-seat arrangement without any seat backs, but to find a place to put my typewriter, I've taken one of the kitchen chairs out here with the typewriter case and the typewriter on top of it, and it works pretty good for a typing station. So it's a pretty comfortable little spot right on the corner of the porch. I think that's one of the secrets, that you have to find a little creative niche, a little nook to create at, to be by yourself. And I love this one. Some afternoon light coming in, a screened-in porch, keeps the bugs out, nice little handy typing setup, a little place for a coffee cup right up here on the ledge, and the world is your oyster. Well, good day, everybody. Well, it's Tuesday morning here up in Sipapu. We had a nice cool overnight. Well, it was nice getting up here yesterday afternoon. And it's interesting in the mountains, you know, how if you get to some place in the afternoon, it's fairly warm, and then it cools off pretty rapidly in the evening. And I'm sure it was in the low 30s last night here. But anyway, it's a beautiful setting, and what I love about coming to places like this is bringing some tools of creativity like notebook, sketchbook, camera, or video gear in this case, or all of them, and a typewriter, but not being pressured to use any of it necessarily. You know, if the idea is relaxation. But we came up here with my stepdaughter and her family. They're staying at one of the nearby cabins, and last night we were sitting out on their porch. They have a big porch on their cabin, and one of their friends works here at the ski lodge. And for some reason, well, with me, typically you end up talking about typewriters eventually if you're talking to me. But it turns out this gal, Liz, she says, "I have a typewriter." And I said, "Well, really? Why don't you bring it out and show me?" So turns out she has a Smith Corona Skywriter, one of the made in USA Skywriters, and it has the metal lid, the clamshell lid that clips on it, but it's in really dirty, rough shape. Sometimes it doesn't type all that good, and the carriage doesn't move all that good. It needs a serious case of degreasing and cleaning. And so, of course, I had brought my Royal Quiet Deluxe up here, and so I had to go get it and show her. So we had a big old long talk about typewriters, which is interesting that you don't necessarily expect to find a typewriter person out here when you're on vacation, but sure enough, here we are with a typewriter person that works here at the ski lodge. Isn't that cool? Well, so I brought some letter writing stuff today on this trip. My writer's bag, I have a bunch of different kinds of typing paper, and I brought an envelope with a lot of the recent postcards and letters I've received from people. So in theory, I might be writing letters and cards or responses to people. In practice, I don't know if that'll happen, but I hopefully will get around to doing that, a little bit of that today. Well, it is Wednesday morning, and we're going to be getting ready to leave today, go back to Albuquerque, but it was a relaxing time. I didn't really get as much writing done as I had hoped, because we had some family up here with us, and so there was more visiting and things like that. We went hiking and activities like that kind of take your time up. And I think the real lesson here is if you want to get away to a place like this and hope to get any creativity done, you sort of have to treat it like a retreat, in the sense of being by yourself and not having any other agenda. But having said that, I got a little bit of writing done, and I did get a one-type page written up and sent off to Daniel Merlot's website, so that was kind of cool. But I look forward to, maybe when I get back to town, perhaps this little refreshing time out here in the mountains might influence me to do something else creatively. Sometimes the effects of getting away aren't always felt immediately. Sometimes it's a delayed response. So I really advise you guys, if you're tired of your drab existence and whatever your domestic situation is, find the time to get away. A little retreat like this, it's really really healthy. Well, this is Joe. We just took a couple days up here into northern New Mexico. Nice stream flowing by, mountains, fresh, cool air. That's what everybody needs. And yes, I wish you guys the very best. Wish you well, stay creative, and have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye.